I asked him, hey, do you hear the noise? Do you hear what people are saying about you? And he said, yes. And it makes me want to win here even more. Every spring for Fox, I sit down with a number of players from a number of different teams and interview them for features that we're going to run on our pregame shows throughout the course of a season. This year, I believe I did 6 teams. All of them were in Arizona. And I sat down with Trout last week as part of the group of players we were interviewing with the Angels. Obviously, anytime you talk to him, it's going to be interesting. And with him, right now, there are a lot of questions and a lot of things that fans want to know. The main thing fans seem to want to know is why he won't ask out, why he doesn't demand a trade. And I've seen various commentary from people, even some of the media at times, saying, well, what's up with Mike Trout? Does he not want to win? Is he just too comfortable in Anaheim? What's his problem? And in this interview, which I wrote about for The Athletic on Monday, I asked Trout that question. I asked him, hey, do you hear the noise? Do you hear what people are saying about you? And he said, yes. And it makes me want to win here even more. Now, that has been his consistent point of view really for the past several years as we've begun to ask him, hey, man, why are you content to be here? He wants to win in Anaheim. As problematic as an idea as we might all think that is his idea. And it goes back to something that he has said to me over the years and, frankly, in many interviews. He grew up in Millville, New Jersey. Derek Jeter was his favorite player. Derek Jeter played for one team. That is what Mike Trout wants to do. He also signed a contract, which until Shohei Ohtani was the richest contract in baseball history with the Angels, over $400 million when all told. If Mike Trout asked out at any point, there would be some people, I'll guarantee you in this world, who would say, that's some loyalty he's showing to the guy who committed $400 million to him. What's up with that? Well, he's not doing that. At the same time, he is becoming more vocal. And you saw that in his initial spring training news conference. He admitted to kind of lobbying the front office and Artie Moreno, the owner, for free agent additions. His point was, there are a lot of good players still out there. Let's go. Let's get some help. I don't know that he had said anything like that ever before. And he has been adamant that he wants to win. And he was adamant in this interview as well. That's his goal, and that is his sheer desire. There's another part of this as well, his own performance. Over the past 3 seasons, Mike Trout has played in fewer than 50% of the Angels' games. Now, last year, of course, he had the hamate fracture that occurred on a swing. Some of these things just cannot be helped. It takes some luck to stay healthy as well as good training and all of that. But Trout is hellbent, repeat, hellbent, on becoming the player he once was. And keep in mind, let's not forget who he is. From 2012 to 2019, this cat was first or second in the American League MVP voting 7 out of 8 years. In 2022, 40 home runs in 118 games. He was 8th in the MVP voting, and that was an injury-marred season. So he talked with me about some mechanical adjustments he's trying to make, and he also talked about how much he wants to get back to MVP form, how much that means to him. And let's keep in mind, if he does get back to that, and he doesn't think he's in decline, he thinks he's got some mechanical things to work out and he'll be fine. Okay, if he does get back to that MVP form, suddenly the Angels might look like a different team. They haven't done much this offseason. We all know that. They've added some in the bullpen. Looks a little bit better than it did in the past. And their position club, while they haven't really done anything there of consequence, it can be a pretty good group if healthy. They've got some interesting young players. The rotation's still questionable, of course. But if Trout is healthy, and Trout is Trout, well, I know they haven't made the playoffs since 2014, even when he's healthy, but it kind of changes the equation. So that is his mindset right now. He wants to be healthy. He wants to win in Anaheim. And really, at this point, he's not thinking about much else. Now, at some point, will Mike Trout reach his own breaking point? I believe he might. And obviously, if he's a better player than he's been the past few years, a healthier player, he'd have more trade value. And keep in mind, with a full no-trade clause, he can basically pick his destination. But he's not there yet. And those of us in the media, those of us who are fans, I don't know that we should be rushing him. It's his call. And it doesn't mean he's not a winner or doesn't want to win or anything like that when he chooses to stay in Anaheim. He has his reasons. If this guy didn't want to win, he wouldn't be working the way he works. And Ron Washington is quoted in my column on Monday as basically saying he works to the point where it's almost out of control. He wouldn't ever have been in the position he's in, one of the best players of all time. He's hungry. He wants to win. Of course he wants to win. So for people to question his motivations, his mentality, I don't buy that. But it's going to have to happen on his own pace. He's made that pretty clear, and let's see what happens this year. Because it seems to me he's getting there. It's slow. He's not rushing into any decision, but he is becoming less and less patient with what is going on in Anaheim. And of course, who can blame him? Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Fair Territory airs each week, and we'd love for you to become a part of our community. Here's another video you might enjoy. See you next time.